What if a flat fitting could virtually disappear into a cabinet wall? In this video, I'm going to be answering that question and so much more. This is the Gras Kinvaro T-Slip. Hello, my name is Mike and welcome to the Gras Academy. Today I'm going to be presenting you the Kinvaro T-Slip. We're very proud it received the 2020 Red Dot Design Award. As well as being design-oriented, it's also highly efficient and can be integrated into a cabinet almost invisibly. I've already got a model set up to give you an idea of how ingeniously this whole thing fits inside a cabinet. In this video, I will demonstrate how to install the T-Slim unit, make all the adjustments like side, height, depth, as well as how to adjust the integrated opening angle limiter, and how to turn the damper on and off. So included in your packaging are all the assembly components and instructions. So we have our fittings, we have our cover caps, we have our small side caps, we have our front connectors, their cover caps, and the correct number and size of screws. Warning, safety first. Depending on the spring's power factor, there's an incredible amount of force on this lever. So be careful when handling the fitting unit because there's a lot of power inside. Carefully take a look at this fitting. See here at the top, we have our integrated opening angle limiter. We have our damper switch, which can be switched to on or off. The factory setting is always set to active. Down here we have our scale for spring force. And if you move the screw here at the front, you can adjust the whole thing depending on the flat weight. Let's take a look at the back. The fittings are marked left and right. This is the left. And you can see the 90-degree recess. When you insert this fitting into the sidewall, the fitting reinforces the sidewall stability so there's no impairment or weakening of the sidewall. Now the first thing we'll do is install our side cover caps. Now it's important to remember to do this first. These small side cover caps cannot be installed once the fitting is in place. Once you hear it click, you know it's installed. Now we can go ahead and insert our fitting. Press that in. You need just 4 screws, and we have a small mark, 2 at the bottom, 1 on the side, and 1 more here at the top. With the provided screws, go ahead and tighten that up. Now, the same fitting is used for surface mount applications, but is mounted using an adapter bracket. You attach the same way as the inset version, but using longer screws. These adapter sets are sold separately. So now that we have our front flap, we're ready to install our front connectors. You can see here the 2 differences. The right has a red safety clip and the left does not. The reason for that is we only have to perform the side adjustment on the left side. In the middle we have a side adjustment screw that is not on the right side. Why is that? Because this is a floating connection. That means when I adjust it to the left, the right automatically goes with it. I have a sample right side connector with the cap removed, and you can see how this floats. Here at the top we have 2 arrows on either side, one pointing up and one in the middle. It's also marked up and center, which is important. So here we have our front flap with the cutouts, one for the left and one for the right. You can imagine a center line down the middle, and this is our top. It's crucial here that you don't get confused about what's left and right, but Gras made it easy for you. Remember the 2 arrows? One points to the top, and the other arrow points to the center. Arrows pointing at each other and pointing to the top. Here's my left side. Arrow to the top, towards the center. I'll go ahead and I'll insert, attach with the screw, and our front connectors are installed. Now let's look what happens when the lever arm gets stuck inside the fitting. The first step is to remove our spring force. So we'll take our drill counterclockwise, and we'll take all the force off the spring. The next step, take a screwdriver, and in this window here, you'll see the lever arm. Grab the screwdriver, pull this out, take your hand, and eject the lever arm. Now we're ready to attach the flap. Now I'm going to show you how to attach the flap to the lever arms. First thing we want to do is align our rear hooks. Push down. Push down. You'll hear a click, and you know we're installed. We'll remove our red safety clip. And our flap is attached to our lever arms. As you can see here, my lift mechanism hasn't been set. To adjust, I want to go ahead and tighten my front screws. I can use the scale to see my level of adjustment. Turn that clockwise till I go to the third window on both sides, with the goal of having the flap stop at every position before it goes into the soft close. Keep in mind, I want to have my left and right scales set the same. Now that my flap adjustment's set, I can turn my damper, soft close damper, on and off. To do that, come back here, the final screw, and I'll turn the damper to the off position. And now, I've turned the soft close damper off. It's just as easy to turn back on. Turn of the screw, I've turned the soft close damper on and off. What happens if my opening angle's too high and it hits the ceiling? The factory installation comes at 107, but you can adjust this to 75 degrees. I'll do that here. Bring the flap down, turn that to 75 degrees. And now my opening angle is limited, so if I have a handle, I don't have to worry about hitting the ceiling. Now I'm going to show you how to remove the flap from the lever arms. What you do is take a small, thin screwdriver, insert it under this front clip, and pull it towards you. Do the same on the other side. Pull up, and then off. And our flap's removed. Now for the fun part, three-dimensional adjustment. I can adjust height, depth, and side to side. Looking at my flap here, I can see my height is a little too high here on the left side. So to make a height adjustment, I go to the first screw here, make my adjustment. I want both my sides to look the same. All right, now I can adjust my depth. That's the rearmost screw. And finally, I can adjust my side to side. Now, if you recall, this is a floating connection. All my adjustments are done here on the left side in the middle screw. Simply make my adjustment here. The right moves with it. And now we've adjusted the entire flap in 3 dimensions. Now we're ready to install our cover caps. The large cover caps have 2 hooks that will install into the 2 fields right here. Simply hook the top and then press on the bottom. Do the same for the left and the right. The front cover caps slide on and then press on. Just like that, we've installed a Kinvaro T-Slim. What a product! Whether it's inset surface mount, offered in silver, ice, or stone, you've just seen the benefits and possibilities of the Grass Kinvaro T-Slim. If you've liked this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Keep in touch with updates on the T-Slim and other Grass products on our social media channels, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. We love seeing the Grass projects you create. From all of us at Grass, thank you.